We are live, and we have a bunch of Motu stuff to cover. There is a ton. I can't actually swivel my chair. There is that much Masters of the Universe stuff surrounding me. There is some other things too in here. There's M.A.S.K, as I alluded to in there, and there actually is a couple things related to childhood and movies and some memorabilia things there. But by and large, this is a massive Masters of the Universe haul. A lot of new stuff with the movie coming out. So I'm going to just kind of dig into it and go from here. So unboxing time. I am so excited. Okay, so let's go. I'm digging right into it. Let me flip over to comments in case not that I can see anything anymore. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. There is so much coming out and happening, and it's as I said last time I went live, it's gonna be really hard to keep up. I don't anticipate that I'll be able to, but I'm gonna try within reason, right? And do my best. So what do we have here? Okay. This is a slightly different box than some of the other things, but okay. I get it. I dig it. Beastman, the movie version. We can see on the back there a couple different ways. You know, he's in the movie, and we keep seeing that screenshot of him on the hood of a car lurched over. So it looks like they're trying to. That's amazing. That's pretty freaking cool. I know there's a wicked glare trying to. There we go. Yeah. That's cool. That's pretty freaking cool, man. I mean, we can tear apart a lot of things, but there's no reason. This is really freaking cool. I like the shin, the shin bone pieces there. Again, we'll see what the movie's like. I'm looking forward to it very much. Very much. The hype is insane. And as long as we all go into it with an open mind, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be phenomenal. So, yeah. Beastman from Creations. That one's done. All right, I'm going to put on glasses so I can actually read what's going on here. Hey, Cindy. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thank you much. It's going to be fun, man. There's a lot of stuff, and Amazon keeps showing up with things. For example, this. And a steel case version of Uno. This is different than the cardboard box version of Uno. And what's interesting is I was putting them up on my shelf before bringing them down here, and I noticed my OCD tries to put things in the same way. So I tried to put them up like this. And if you notice, they don't match the lids to any one direction that I could tell what's the right side, what's not. Because if I already take the lid off, my OCD wants to know. But I did open, this one's sealed. I did open one because sometimes the games are different, and I wanted to be able to play it. So I have yet to play it, but we can see what the cards look like. And you see that this is... they are just taped in right now, but look how thick the rule book is. Now, granted, there are many different languages in there, but yeah. Well, we took it on a cruise with us. The other version of it, the one that came out a little while ago. But there's two versions, two boxed versions. Okay, so there's a metal tin that we just saw, but then there is also a cardboard box version, and I don't think there's any distinction between the two versus metal tin versus the cardboard. Not that I'm aware of, at least. Frank, oh shoot, I just zoomed in. Don't want to do that. Frank, what's up, bud? How are you? Oh, better put the glasses on. Citations from Norway. The Uno cards are epic, and the Motu. Oh yes, definitely got to give a shout out. This is freaking coming up. We'll put it down just a little bit. Check this out. That is freaking awesome. This little Motu Universe. This is their Power and Sight shirt homage type of a thing. They are still available for pre-order, or I should say order. You can get them at retroregslimited.com. You could also get it from, they've got some links on their website as well for Motuniverse. So order soon. If you actually are going to go to the show and you want to wear it at the show, order soon. They are made to order for everybody. So it's a 7 to 10 day process for that to take place because of shipping and other things like that. So show is not far away, Motuniverse, man. Who's going to go? Who's going? I'm excited for that. I'm so excited. I'm going to be there. I will be there. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And it's going to be a good time. I'm really excited. Okay. I got these. I got the Dragon Glassware. These actually came in early. And I got a set of 4 because I eventually will attempt to use one at some point. And I can't remember which one I opened. Why do I think that's not the one? I feel like this is the one I opened earlier. I don't know. But at any rate, you guys can see these glasses. They're pretty straightforward. But they're hot. They've got this huge lip around it, so that way they can get the Skeletor face on the inside. So when you fill it up with fluid, the face changes color. When you put water in it, nothing really happens. But it's a very thick. It's pinching how thick that is, but it is hollow. And of course, you got the Masters logo at the bottom. A lot of the pieces that you see on Amazon right now are Dragon Glassware. The tumblers and other things that you see, they've got a lot of cool stuff. This just happens to be the first of the stuff that came in. And again, this is based on the new Masters of the Universe movie, based on the logo at least. So there's these 2. These came in pretty quick. Awesome packaging, by the way, on those. Very, very good packaging on those. We're going to keep heavy He-Man for a minute, and then I'm going to switch gears to a couple other things. But one of the things that is absolutely epic. I have been playing with this sword ever since it came in. Now, I'm going to post another video of a weird shipping thing on how this came from Amazon. The box literally looked like it was chewed up by a dog. I don't know how. This box, since I'm talking about the sword, that's what this is. This is how it'll come in the box if you get it like this. And I just opened it up to make sure it was actually partially open. You can see that's how it's supposed to look. No issues. There's a little plastic tab up here that allows the sword to activate or not activate in the demo mode. And right now it's not. This has been undisplayed type of a thing. They had to take them out of the box. When you see them on the shelves, they had to take them out of each one of these boxes like this to put it on the shelf. And then they were supposed to pull that tab so that way they had the power, the function, the try me function. Sorry. But this dang thing, oh my gosh. There's a little vibration feature, but the swinging action, the accelerometer in it, and it knows what's going on. But and if you pause, it has that extra metal effect. And then, of course, if you go, it's freaking awesome. Oh my gosh, this thing is so cool. I seriously, I walked and spun around like a kid with a stick. It's doing it right now. Oh, it was so cool. It's freaking phenomenal. This is so much fun. It's going to hurt if you whack someone with it. Although this has more give than the other one. The other sword that came out that was showing up at Walmart, the little one, it's really fun and cool. That's going to really hurt. Okay, so that sword is epic. I highly, 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 highly recommend getting that sword. I'm going to go and get another one for our next door neighbor's kid. He's only 2, but I got to get him on the path early, right? It's going to be freaking awesome. All right, let's catch up on some comments here. All right, Frank, what's up, bud? Wish I could, but there's spirit only. Oh, someday, man, someday. Gonna buy the glass, the coffee mug too. Yes, all that stuff is amazing looking. I'm gonna try to get all of it as well. 100 for that sort of gnarly. Only German sound. Oh, only German sounds. Oh, well. Better than not having it, though, right? Hey, Moti Bryant, what's up, buddy? How are you, my friend? Open by chance. What's up? Thank you guys for tuning in. It's awesome, man. I love it. I love what you guys are doing down there too, man. I'm excited to see it. Too many new toys, my poor wallet. You're not kidding. You are not kidding. I am I won't be able to get it all. I'm trying, but I know I can't. I just won't be able to. But like I said, I'm a light switch on, light switch off guy. There's rarely anything, and I'm in. So we're going. This has been showing up as well. This is the exclusive Amazon 4-pack. A lot of people are commenting that they wish the inside was the outside, and I understand why. The inside's pretty freaking cool, and it displays well like this. You got the 4 characters, which are basically the same as the core figures, not your Masterverse figures, but your core figures. They're very, very similar to that. Of course, we've got Man-at-Arms, Goatman, He-Man, and Skeletor. So it's a pretty cool. And of course, if you notice, they did make Goatman bigger, which, again, when you're dealing with bucks and certain sizes and different things, that's pretty cool. That's pretty freaking cool. He's a little bit bigger, and he is freaking walking giant. All right. Continuing with the Amazon, just crazy amounts of Amazon stuff. The new Little People came out, and boy, they shipped fast. And this is my first good look at it, so bear with me a second. That's all the Rotons in the back. Oh, nice! You can see Stinkor and Merman in the background. That's awesome. So it's hard to see. I don't know how well it's going to show up, but they're in the background. I really can't see because of the glare. I'm trying to show the toy, but that's freaking awesome. We've got Trapjaw, Triclops, Evelyn, Skeletor, as the main characters here. But this is, I think, this is the second or third version of the Little People. Second, I forget at this point, but either way, the other versions of the Little People are actually behind me in the cabinets here. So, oh man, it's just there's a ton. Oh my gosh, I'm okay. Continue. Amazon. The Fisto and Ram Man 2-pack. That's what this is here. So here we go. We got Fisto and Ram Man, and I don't mind that Ram Man is actually shorter in scale. It gives him, kind of a stocky power type, presence, if that makes sense. But with the spring things in his leg, it looks weird. It's a unique figure, let's put it that way. The people that were putting it together, the engineers, and they were getting creative to try to make it look, I think, like the vintage, but tying into the movie as well, because obviously this is movie related. So until we see the movie again, maybe that'll all make sense. Maybe the way that those legs attach in there are going to make sense at some point, but right now, okay. But wait, there, as I kick the camera and everything else, there's more. There is a crap load more. BBTS. It's pretty obvious when you get a box of that shape and size what it is. But what is it? Which version? Well, they definitely did more time wrapping it. They covered up the sword this time, but this is Shira's sword. So this is for the honor of Grayskull. It's cool. I actually like that they put this on there now. It doesn't really do much for the tip because the tip is still exposed, right? But it does give it an extra layer of protection of scuffing. We got a white handle, the gem sword, the gem in the middle of the sword. It's cool. It's cool. Factory Entertainment's got some amazing stuff. I did get the other movie replicas that are coming out. I did not buy the sword. I can't justify the $900 on that. I'm not questioning the quality, the skillmanship, the work, the craftsmanship, all that stuff. It's just, that's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. That's a lot of little action figures. So, but anyway, the sheer sword that came in from BBTS, and you pretty well can guess what some of the other things that came in are as well. Any guess? These. Oh my gosh, when I saw this, I immediately was losing my mind. I always loved He-Man's battle axe. I actually, as a kid, had him playing with the battle axe way more than I did with the sword. This is freaking awesome. And this will still hurt. It's soft, but man, I was, again, messing around with it a little bit, and I was like, man, if you're swinging this around, it's like, that's going to really freaking hurt. This thing is so freaking cool, though. It is so freaking cool. I can't. Wow. Such a simple concept, but took 40 years for someone to execute it properly. There were other ones that were out, right? And there were other people that made similar type things, but not to this level of quality, the size, and badassery. Because that is just freaking next level badassery. You know what the next one is, right? Yeah, Skeletor's battle axe. Same thing as that. Same exact thing as that. But, man. Whoo! These things are freaking amazing. I can't wait to have all this out on display someday. It's gonna happen. It'll happen. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. Whoo! But wait, there's still more. All right, let me flip on the specs here, check out a couple of comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, I missed a couple things. What's the next show you're going to? Next show in Georgia. I don't have one on the docket, man, unfortunately. I don't have anything. I was in Atlanta for business a few weeks ago, but definitely did not have time to do anything. I was right in downtown Atlanta. What is he? Gonna catch up later, bud. Have a local pub. Oh, enjoy, man. Have fun tonight. Good deal. Good journey. Little people. Oh yeah, third little people. Thank you, third little people. First without fist. First without fist. He does have a fist. People keep saying that he doesn't have a fist, but he did have a closed fist. He has an open fist too, though, unless I'm just completely missing it. But I get what you're saying. I know. I saw some of those comments too, but I wasn't quite sure. All right, I said switching gears, so I should probably switch gears, or should I not? Yeah, we'll do a couple more Motu. All right, so earlier I was holding up the Core Beastman. Picked this up at Walmart. This is pretty straightforward. There's also Skeletor. There's the Skull Guard, Skull Warrior. I forget what the heck they're calling it now. See, I need them to read, but I don't need them to see this and to do all this stuff. I'm in that in-between stage, man. I'm getting old. But, yeah, Beastman, the core figure for the movie series. So, I wonder what other figures I was able to pick up at that time. Let's see. He-Man, shocking. There's the He-Man figure. Now, somebody was pointing out that there is a subtle difference between some of these figures and their armor, in that it's a slightly different color. When you put them side by side, you can see the difference, but I didn't have any of the two different kinds. And apparently they're in this. People have found them both at the store. So does that mean they're in the same pack, or in the same run, or was it the two different packs that got opened up? I don't know. I have to find pictures of it again myself, but that's allegedly what we're seeing on that if you're trying to track down variants. There's more. There's another core figure. it was Tila, and here she is. Is there anything else? Nope, that was just baggy. She's got a blaster and a sword. All right. So you are getting a couple accessories, even though it's a fairly basic figure. These are $10, so we're getting back down into the olden days, the good old days of $5.99, $5 type figures. We're not there, but we're close at $9.99. And there's playable. They're playability. You have weapons and other things. This is very much more like what we got back in the day. Even Origins are accelerated versions or advanced versions of what we got back in the day. This is getting more back to how we were playing. So if we're talking price comparison, you got to compare apples to apples and play features to play features, despite technology advancing. Oh, that can only take you so far. But that's pretty freaking cool to see. At that, was it the same trip? No, was it there? Yes, same trip. Happened to find a full case of Wave 1 of the Masterverse figures. So we got Man-at-Arms here for the movie series. And I will do a shameless plug. I don't have any here right now, but for those that are starting to collect the Masterverse series and they're trying to keep them in box, that want to keep that mock thing going, the Marvel Legends Star Wars Black MLSWB case at Mock Masters is a perfect fit for these figures. Perfect. And it looks amazing. I've got Scareglow in it right now. And so, yeah, that's good. It's good and good for you to know. Okay, we've got He-Man. Or wait, was I maybe getting that mixed up? Did I say the core figure? Oh, no. The information overload. I was talking about the chest pieces and the armor being a different color on the core figure. But as I say it aloud now and I pull this guy out, I think it was this dude. There was the Masterverse version. It's the Masterverse version. There's a slightly different head and chest armor, and they were in side by side. It's this guy. It was not that guy. This is the one. But I did not see that there. By the way, it does look like a case of these. The Masterverse come in a case of 4, where you get 2 He-Man, 1 Man-at-Arms, and 1 Triclops. And this Triclops is pretty freaking cool. It's actually very freaking cool. I like that he's got a big sniper gun. It's very reminiscent of my Triclops figure that I'm working on over there, right? Trying to do the whole Mythic Legions, build it all together, pop and swap type of thing. But it's a cool figure, man. Now, there is debate and question. The visor, the 3 eyes, does it rotate or does it not rotate? We have seen people say that there's rotates. We've also, if you've seen a video where Pixel Dan's clearly is not. It does not rotate. So, are there different factories that made it a different way, and is there a right way or wrong way? I don't know, but I'm sure we'll figure out the answers at some point, because at this stage of the game, there's enough superfan collectors out there that are going to ask questions like this if and when the opportunities arise. Thanks to shows like Motooniverse and other opportunities like that, we might actually get the opportunity to ask that question. Right? So, spectacles back on. Check out, see what's going on. Hey, Monty, thanks. What's going on, man? It's good. Busy. Very, very busy. But right at that line, so it's all good. We're good. Dude, I can't get it. Wait a second. I can't get a like. All right. Yeah, I get it. There's the nostalgia's there for sure. Joey, what's up, man? Yeah, it's kind of what I was talking about. There's a certain nostalgic side of things with the figures that Origins provides that these other ones don't. But again, it's different play for different. There's no right answer. Kids need to play more. That's, I think, the bottom line. El Tenda, what's up, my friend? How are you? You're here, man. I got some stuff that we'll be showing thanks to you. A lot of stuff thanks to you. That'll be coming up here. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in, dude. I appreciate it, Alberto. Thank you very much. Appreciate everyone tuning in. And let's keep going. Let's keep going. We got these little guys. Again, you shouldn't be surprised, but the talking Skeletor busts that showed up on Amazon a while ago, they showed up. they're tiny. They are super tiny little things. And there is a book inside. This one I opened up, and there is a legitimate book. I know it's hard to see, but it's a book. It's bound, and there's a story, there's pictures. That card is the instruction booklet for the talking Skeletor, and inside was a little bit of bubble wrap around it, and there is a tiny little button on the back that gives us the
secrets of Grayskull will be mine. All I want is to rule the universe. Is that too much to ask?
Yes.
I could write a book about what you don't know.
That's probably true. And I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about me. So it is pretty cool. It's tiny. I did not know that. Again, I probably shouldn't have been surprised. The specs are there, but how often do you really slow down to read the specs? But needless to say, it's pretty freaking cool. I am digging it. That's for sure. I'm not disappointed in that I got them. That's a definite. We'll keep the one in box, but then of course this will be the play one for out on display at some point. Okay, I said switching gears a little bit ago. I'm going to go way off the rails to where you guys probably haven't seen anything about this, but it's my dad and I watched movies a lot, and got me into some spaghetti westerns, in particular Terrence Hill and Bud Spencer. If you've watched some of my videos, I got the figures. I get some stuff from Stefan from Germany. But there was a Kickstarter that ran about a book, The Adventures of Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill. And I finally, this came in. It's big. It's very thorough. It's, again, of course, I opened right up to a page of My Name is Nobody, which is the spaghetti western, where I kind of fell in love with Terrence Hill and the Bud Spencer duo. And Terrence Hill is actually still alive. He's in his 90s. Father Mateo was still acting, I think, until recently. But you also got this coasters and other things and a sticker sheet. And my dogs have never gotten to anything in, I think, since my dog was a literal puppy pup, like pup. And he decided to chew up the shipping box. I waited 2 years for this thing. You can still see remnant of the shipping box on the back. This got messed up, and a couple of the coasters got that little tooth mark in the top. But overall, the book was not damaged whatsoever. So I'm going to enjoy reading this and looking through the pictures. I freaking love that duo. And it's dubbed in English, but it's really good stuff. It really is good stuff, especially if you like movies, which I definitely did and do. So how about back to Motu? How about back to Motu in the movie and Danny's? Bam! We got the menu. And I shared a picture of it when I got it initially. No, I did not steal it. I asked permission. The staff was cool, and they're like, absolutely, here you go. The table, I said table tent, but it's really not a table tent. This is a table in the condiments insert. So they have the, salt, pepper, ketchup, and other things. And this is like the insert that goes in it. So I was able to get this. And allegedly, when things are done, I'll be able to get a couple other things as well. But brand new, none used. It's freaking awesome. Silly tchotchke thing. Not even a tchotchke. Rabbit hole items, right? Burger King used to have stuff back in the 80s, this type of stuff. And but all across the nation, and same like this. So there are similarities. Things cycles come around. Okay. More Motu. This is a unique one in that it's an error. And I'm not going crazy for errors, but there are a few. And sometimes when I see them and they're cheap enough, I do pull the trigger. This one being Merman inside of a Skeletor box. Clearly Skeletor box. And it is from the same wave, so it's a very easy mispack on how it got in there. So it's just a mispack. It's not a misfit toy where there's something broken or completely wrong, but it's a mispack. And, you know, it does not look to have been tampered with whatsoever. So I was like, yeah, I'll get it. It was very inexpensive. So Skeletor mispack. And what else do we got? Oh, well, what do you know? Might it be another error? Yes, this one is Robot He-Man. Or is it? It is definitely not. This is not a recard. This is a factory error where we've clearly got Beastman with the Beastman weapons, as best I can tell. Those definitely are not He-Man's weapons. Yeah. So I pulled the trigger again. When it's a misprint like this or an error, I'm like, again, if the price is right, it's a cool little, it's a one-off. It's a unique piece. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'm in. And a lot of paper. Hey, what do you know? Another one. This one is a little more, I found intriguing because Merman was so hard to find, but yet we have a Leatherhead inside of a Merman box. Again, untampered with, new, in box, but clearly a mistake. Leatherhead inside of the Merman box. Another error printing. And what's funny is you can find them. They're not super expensive. It just depends on what era and then kind of what it is. If you go back to, you know, original He-Man type stuff and error cards, they get pretty pricey. But that's, again, very niche in what a person's collecting, right? So not everyone's going to be after those. Motu from Target this time. This time we got Spikor movie version. Very clean card, unpunched. No, we got a little bit of a fold ding down there, but I like how they are doing the prints on these now. It's cool. I like it, and I do like the card back. You've got the vintage explosion look coming from it. You've got the gray skull in the middle. There's all sorts of ties to the vintage line with this card. The blue sky. It's cool. It's cool. It's nice. Nice. I've been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, so if I say something twice, all of a sudden I'm starting to hear pretty. Anyway, Origins movie line, He-Man. And again, the art on the back is really freaking cool. That's phenomenal. So, I mean, we've got Masterverse, we've got Core, and we've got Origins. We've got 3 lines running simultaneously right now for Masters of the Universe. So they're when I say they're cashing in, I'm not trying to say that negatively, but they're not holding back. And for some reason, I had 2. I don't know why. This one is fairly squished. There's something going on with the box too. I may open this one. I don't know yet. It also got a tear on the back because there was a big sticker on it. But there is another Spikor. I don't remember why I had 2. Again, it might be a mistake on my behalf. But the ball and chain is freaking amazing. That's going to be fun. A lot of fun. I mean, to be fair, the whole thing is a lot of fun. That's why I do it. I enjoy a lot of this. In particular, stuff like this is freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. The Fright Fighter. This was a hard vintage toy to acquire when I was, for whatever reason, to get right. and they have complete with the bottom guns, and it was a challenge to find one. The little clips that held them on broke pretty easily, but I have not taken this out of box obviously yet, but it is very cool. You can see the different stages and how. Oops, sorry. There you go. You can see it better now on how it would work. It's cool. It really is cool. I did not take a close, thorough look at it. Okay, they're showing you how to play. The curls are on the back. You got to. All right. There you go. They even show you even more directions on the bottom here. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Assembly. I had it upside down, didn't I, for you guys? Is it better if I put it the right way up, maybe? No, I had it the right way. I think I got my camera doing reverse image on me, throwing my end. Okay. There's more. There's more. But I am going to pause on He-Man to quickly showcase the stuff that's behind me. You can see it over my shoulder. The 40th anniversary M.A.S.K stuff came in. So we've got the Thunderhawk. We've got, why am I just drawing a blank? Switchblade up here. Again, these are identical to the figures and the toys that they released earlier with the M.A.S.K first wave of stuff. But the 40th is all black and gold. Everything's black and gold. And I still can't move around too much here. But you can see Condor up here. But this is new as well. And we're going to talk about that since we're talking about the other stuff. You can see here, vintage Rhino and the 40th anniversary Rhino. Obviously, these are the gold versions, okay? But thanks to Rob and the guys that host and run the Great Ohio Toy Show and Route 66 Toys, they had this at Kane County at Chicago, at the Chicago Toy Show, and he made a deal I couldn't pass up, and I am very, very grateful because this is a nearly pristine Rhino inside, but more importantly, it's the box. And for collectors, for those that need to know, that want to know, it's got the foam insert. It also had the baggie inside. The only negative is the bottom here is separating from this, but that's just factory glue. I don't care. I have the original vintage Rhino in box now. And this is a big one to check off the list for the vintage toy line. Very big one to check off the list for me. They're not easy to always come by, and that foam insert is always missing or missing often. But I got it. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. It was an excellent trip to the Great Ohio. I was to the Chicago Toy Show. Sorry. Talking about Rob. Rob owns the Great Ohio Toy Show. But we got this at the Chicago Toy Show. So I want to make sure to give them credit too, because it was their show. Kane County was able to score this. So, and again, the back. So the back. So I am going to put this back up here because space is tight. But while I was there too at Chicago, I was able to pick up this from Travis. My wife's going to kill me, guys. I got one of these at their Christmas party. They're a really inexpensive toy from the cell that was being sold at Walmart's. But the suction cups, they're a tribute to the Robo Force back in the day. And I got a kick out of it. I had a really good time with the yellow one, so I picked this one up because it was very inexpensive. It was something fun to play with. And then also the last thing I got, I did not go crazy at Kane this year. I was able to find one die-cast Juggernaut. There were very, very slim pickings of Juggernauts at this year's show. But if you keep going back to the same show and they're not getting replenished either, and I keep going, you're gonna deplete that inventory pretty fast. Speaking of depleted inventories, this was the depleted inventory very quickly on Target's websites, but it was back in stock. Oddly enough, it's past the sale date of when it can be on the street date, but they weren't on the shelves anywhere. And it was days. So I just was like, I'll stop in and ask. Like, oh yeah, it's in back. Weird, right? So I don't know what's going on. But what's even more interesting for me with this particular one is they just went back to grab me one. I'm not trying to get a whole bunch of these things. And it came back with that face. It's literally in between the faces. So now I'm posed with the question, do I try to find all three faces? Are all three faces positioned like they've done some of the other times? Or do I just accept this one and call it good? Because my OCD is starting to because these eventually we know that a lot of these original concept art box set concept art figures tend to sit on the shelf a little bit. They go fast and then they sit on the shelf. So maybe, All right, it's been a minute. I'm gonna check up on get back to comments here. So bear with me. Let's see what's going on. A lot of stuff. No kidding. I'll tend to a lot of stuff. And wait till we get to your stuff. Best 70s and 80s is duo. Yep. Yeah, they were fantastic. They were amazing duo back then. And Eltenda's talking about, oh, that's the wife calling. Hey, should I answer? We're live, right? I did it last time. Hey, Chica. I'm live. What are you doing?
Why does this always happen to us? I'm just driving home. I'll see you soon.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. She was out all day today, so I figured I would do this now before she came home. Oh, Ronnie, what's up, my friend? How are you, man? Oh, good to see you too. I'm looking forward to seeing you this fall. Jeremy, what's up? The Denny's promotion officially. When does the Denny's officially end? Need to get back to stuff before they toss it. Okay, I was told that it would be midsummer. So I'm guessing late June, maybe mid-July. He did not know the exact date of the next promotion, but he does know when that next promotion comes. That's exactly what they do. They do not keep the stuff. They just throw it out. Jay, that's cool. I have an Origins Triclops with the armor on backwards. Nice. I love those type of mistakes like that. They're fun. Misfitish type toys. Oh, yeah, I had to get 2 Spikers. They are different. My son would have been mad at me. Oh, really? Really? I had to get 2 different Spikers. They are so... Okay. I didn't realize that. All right. Sorry, attachment. Oh, autocorrect, Triclops. Oh, I knew what you meant, man. I knew what you meant. Sorry. Up on comment. There's still more, man. Okay. Before I switch back to He-Man, I gotta give a shout out to Cybertron. My buddy Ryan, who stopped by the booth in Chicago, he does a ton of comics. Transformers is his bread and butter. Does a ton of comics, and he gave me one of the little free comic stand type things here that feature M.A.S.K on it. Hasbro type stuff, right? Transformers. They also did Energon Universe, and he sent me on for free comic book day the M.A.S.K cover. Freaking amazing. But he also, for Energon Universe, he has his own Cybertron exclusive cover. And if you look down there, you can see where it's hard to see with the glare, but this is freaking epic, dude. He's got... Yeah, Ryan and I go way back in the Wayback Machine for toy collecting. When I say way back, I don't mean 25 years, but that's a long time to be toy collecting. And yeah, Cybertron, SEIBERTRON.com. Best Transformer information site that you're going to find. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal stuff. Oh, we got to make sure to keep that over there with it too. All right. We're just going into boxes now. We're going to get there. Hey! Oh, what do you know? This one's kind of weird. I don't know exactly why I pulled the trigger, but maybe someday I'll look back at this and go, oh, well, that's why. Another misprint toy. This one is, I believe, a very weak example because it's just the paper. It's not the card. The card is right. So this is the right card for her, but they had these paper inserts, the power attack. But that is clearly Skeletor in the name, but the card is Evelyn. So I got it anyway. Right? Okay. That is not related to toys. I'll set that aside. What do we got here? Oh! Yes! I have not opened this yet. The King Grayskull figures. I did not open these yet. I haven't. Yes. Oh, wicked. Awesome. I love the box. I really like that. I don't like that I don't have a good Mockmaster case for it immediately off the top of my head, but I really like this. Oh, wow. And it just flips open. Okay. And then what do we got here? There's something going on down there. How do you get to the figure? All right. Okay. There he is. This goes in there. Again, a similar as the other art was. There we go. Goes back in. And then that must be the soft good. Down in that bottom corner, you can see there's a little soft good spot there. All right. This is cool. When the boxes when they get crazy like this, we're paying for the packaging. But it is cool. And to be fair, this one is rather eco-friendly with it being all cardboard. But yeah, the Lion, King Grayskull. I absolutely love the 2000X birth or creation of that storyline. It is my favorite storyline that we've had come out of that so far. So I got two of those because I am definitely going to be messing around playing with one of those. Okay. All right. So this is Motu related by homage. If you notice back here, this is actually a Mythic Legions figure. This is how it came. I didn't do anything. It's not customized. This part of their tribute line. This is actually even done by David Williams. He did a pop and swap of nothing but original parts from their toy line. He was like, hey, if you just painted this color and did a mock-up, they did literally what he put together. And this is their Buzz Off homage. And it's got an alternate head, right? See that head in there in the box? Looks very Buzz Off-ish. But anything that they do the homage for Motu, I pick up. But in that same vein, because I'm working on my Triclops version, much like David Williams did, I did buy two new figures because I need parts from these two figures for my Triclops. So I did buy these two figures, and I bought these two figures really to rip off just a couple parts and pieces. And I say rip off, they're meant to come off, pop and swap off of these to make my Triclops come to life. So not really He-Man. This isn't really He-Man related, but it is He-Man related when I get done with it. Okay, so what's this one? There's another big box down here. And there's more boxes over here. All right, so this box came from El Tenda earlier. I mentioned him. He hooked me up with he's downsizing, and he hooked me up with all of his stamps, the kids play set, some weapons. We're going to show those here in a minute. Even a NECA mini bust, right? Was able to hook me up with that. But also Lucy Racer. He had some of the loose stamps, and I don't have very many of the stamps loose. I did have all the stamps he has in here. I did have all those. So at some point, I'll pick which ones are better and worse condition. And then at some point, I'll probably let some of these, the ones in package go, but not anytime soon. That's not what I've been doing. I did not have the Stone Dar stamp loose or rock on, but there's also the Hot Wheels. So he did get obviously that's a new one, newer cars. One of the favorite pieces that I had that he has in here is he's got some of the keychains. Okay. He had a couple of these loose, which I need a couple more to help top off my display because I do have a couple displays of those. But he also had a couple of the Gumball, and he even had one of the Munchkin. I believe it's this guy was the Munchkin one. And then these guys were the quote unquote Gumball versions, the different colors. And there was probably about 5 or 6 of those in there, including one pencil topper. Now, there's a lot of things that came from Italy as well. And one of those was this. And the pencil sharpeners were super hot and heavy. I have the European display, which is just sold them in a tray that you just take one out. I'm missing one from that. And now I have completed my tray. So my tray is 100% full of original pieces. And it's hard to say if this was one that was on a shrink wrap card. If it was, that was a US release. If it was sold like this, then that's the European release. But it's hard to say. And I don't know if the bottom actually fully discloses that or not. But this is just one of the little boxes that I got. This has all got stamps in it. So you can see that they're all the stamps in there, all on card. But there's more from Altenda as well, but that's underneath another box. So let's get through that box, and then we'll get to that box. This is BBTS, and we got our movie Battle Cat. We got the movie Battle Cat. Oh my God, this is crazy. I'm still going. This is still stuff. This is just crazy amount of Masters of the Universe. And by the way, I know this is just some dude sharing and having a good old time with sharing and talking and He-Man and all that jazz. If you like this, if you enjoy, if you want to share it, there's a like and follow buttons. This is live on both YouTube and Facebook, right? So sometimes you can see comments. Sometimes you can't. That's why, because there's 2 different streams happening at the same time. But we got Battle Cat here. Movie edition. Then Masterverse Chronicles Trap Jaw. And yes, I was able to get Skeletor as well. This is a pretty cool figure. This one is very much like Scareglow. These all are. They've all got that type of articulation, the hands and the extra little parts and pieces. So it's pretty cool. There's no denying that they're pretty cool figures. I know some people don't like the double knee. I myself am kind of neutral on it. Get the cool box art side. Look at that. That's a cool shot right there. And then you got another cool shot right here. Look at that. There are also posters that are showing up on Amazon now that seem to be by reputable houses that do that type of stuff. But I'm not really a huge poster guy. I say that, and I got a couple things over here, but okay. I don't need to open these because they are shipping them differently. They've got shrink wrap on them. They want you to zipper them open, but they also put these little toppers on. These little, which I like. That helps. But I did not get a chase. So I got 3 of these in hopes that I would get one chase. And the chase that you're after are the Merman on the back there. There's the 2 different versions of Merman. I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and track those down. So I did buy 3 of these. I've got triples. I bring these to Kane County in Chicago, and I sell them for pretty much cost, or actually at cost or below cost, because I just need to get rid of it. It's not a chase, but if someone wants one, we got them. So there's those. I'll take these out as well because, like I said, there's 3 of those. No luck on the chase, though. That box is gone. And let's take a look at this box. This box was a quick little preview that I did. These were Amazon items. No. Mattel Creations. Sorry, Mattel Creations. So these are the action where you swing them, and they have like vintage style action where he holds his Havoc staff. But he's got a fabric cape on this guy. So these are more of the hands-on touch toys, right? That we're going to likely see in store shelves soon, as well as He-Man, and his arm is really kind of in a derpy spot, but disco man, yeah, disco. That's what he kind of looks like. I'm gonna try to reposition this arm. Oh, that helps. Is it elbow bend? So there's that one. As I'm engrossed in that. This is freaking phenomenal. I am not disappointed with this. When I first saw this come out, I was like, man, I hope this is cool. And it is. They even put this thing over here to help keep the package in good shape, right? Which I love that they did that. The blasters, those blasters, they actually shoot out the front. Ken Coleman showed me, he's got this, he's been playing with it with his son, but they actually shoot. So the bullets come out of that and can click into the front. I keep showing like the front, can click into the front of that and they shoot out. And yes, as you can see, it can rotate. The spinning blades can rotate. This is freaking cool. This is a really freaking cool toy. And while this is cumbersome to handle, it works. It just works. And the blades go opposite directions. We got some freaking cool stuff happening right now. All right. The other items that we got were, this is sealed. Huh. I don't know if I'm going to open it. Stop. April 1st. Not to be put out on shelves. Does that mean we might see these showing up at toy stores, Targets, Walmarts? Why would they put that on there if that wasn't going to be out someplace? Interesting. So this is the He-Man doll, and then this is the Teela doll. I'm not going to open them. I'm not going to open them. I'm going to leave them like this because A, I'm curious to see what shows up in stores, and B, I've been going live for a long ass time now because there's still more stuff to go through. All right. What is this? What is this? That's not a box of stuff to show. That's the packing material I was looking for a couple weeks ago. But this box does have stuff to show. This stuff, we talked about cool things and the weapons of old. This is a couple examples of that. Here's one of the play stores that we had back in the 80s. Very cool, hollow, but it didn't power up. We had a light up sword, and there was even a talking version of a He-Man sword back then. But this was common for overseas in particular. I believe this one's either Italian or French. I think this one's Italian. So here's one of the old school toy swords, and this is how it came. There's a rubber band that would have held up here, but that rubber band's still there, but it's rotted, which that happens. The other toys that we had back then were, and this one's the French version, is the shields. And they came in a couple different versions of the shields. But what's interesting is this shield is different than the shields in the US. It looks very similar, but it is definitely a different shield. The mold is different. The rise comes up higher up here. But again, very, very similar. If you see it out of package, it's hard to even tell, but they are different. And when you got to be looking for the rise here. See that rise up there, and the back, the rivets. There's no rivets on this that are visible. So, yeah. And these were also sold like this on a peg in France. So you would just pull it off there, and off you go. Very cool. Very hard to find piece, and they're not that cheap. This piece here is a custom. It's more of a throwback retro to look retro, but it's modern. I just liked it. It was a cool little piece, and it's also got Los Amos on it. So I was like, yeah, we'll snag that piece. That's cool. Altenda was very kind, hooking me up with stuff. Had one of these, which I remember when these came out. These were given away at different cons. In particular, I think San Diego Comic-Con is where they gave the purple ones away. The black ones were given away someplace else. He had a very clean mug from the vintage, again, the breakfast set. Mine is beat up. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think I have this version of the cup. Wasn't 100% sure, but I knew if I did have one, it was really beat up. So was able to get this. This is phenomenal. This is in excellent condition. I was very grateful for this. Very, very grateful for everything that he made a deal on. I had He-Man, but was missing the Skeletor. I don't know why, but I was. So I was able to snag the Skeletor one. And this isn't super hard to find. It's just hard to find by itself sometimes, or sometimes it's a little bit pricey for just the one. But I was able to get it, fill in that gap. This version with the win, $80,000. I'm almost positive I did not have this one, so that's why I grabbed this particular version. He had many other comic books as well, or coloring books, but this is the one that stood out to me as best I could recall needing. And then this is the blank notebook. This were done in Italy. So it's just a blank notebook for writing and stuff like that, right? So was able to get this one as well. And it looks like he's watching right now. So I should probably flip over comments and see what he's got to say. Okay. Ooh, hold on. I got a few extra messages here I got to catch up on. Okay, Daniel, what's up, Daniel? Here we go. How you doing, Joe? Really looking forward to seeing the movie. Yes, I am. You're welcome, and I know I got some money waiting for me in October. Yeah, you do. You definitely got a couple bucks heading back your way. Ahoy! Nice. Bro, man, what's up, bud? Don't forget to look for those army men. Oh, I found them. I found them. I just haven't sent you a pic because last time I was down there, I didn't have my phone with me. Spanish. All right, words in Spanish. I mean, Spanish and Italian are very similar. They're both Latin derivative, right? French shield, yep. And then the set's Italian. I knew that one, yep. Hey, what's up, birthday boy and retiree? Yes. This man right here served police, sheriff, did his time there. Literally, I don't mean that that would kudos, man. Earned his retirement for sure. Hey, no problem, Elton. No problem at all, man. So he does vintage videotapes. Eltenda does, and I had a whole bunch. My parents had some, so I just was like, "Here you go, man. All you." Thank you, man. Very cool stuff. Thank you for tuning in, Steve. Appreciate it, man. Yep, good stuff all around. We've got one last item, if I'm not mistaken, to share. Oh, two. We've got the books, which are Italian, correct? If I'm not mistaken. So these are the Ladybird books. I have these in English from the UK, but I did not have the ones in Italian. So now I have most of the set. I think there's a couple other ones. I know there's some Shira ones, and I think there's a workbook or two. But again, I don't have any of these. This is phenomenal. Amazing hookup on those. And then this one is a big boy. The box is a little beat up, but I'll be able to restore most of it and at least get it in good shape. It displays pretty well, though. The pieces have been removed, or at least some of them had been removed. I'll be able to put it almost back to the way it is. There's plenty of examples out there for me to find the right ties and the right things, and wire ties, I mean, and put this all back the way it was. But we do have the Skeletor. Again, this is the overseas version of it. So this one is from Italy. You can see up there the Italian writing. I know it's hard to see, but yeah. Very, very, very hard to find item. And the fact that this is actually from Italy, the Italian version of it, is a little more rare here in the States. Because how often is this big old box going to get shipped here? So, and you can see it does show the box contents. The full box contents are there. Skeletor's mask is still very soft and pliable, which is excellent. The sword, the smock, the shield, everything, excellent condition. Excellent all around. So, yeah. That's good stuff, man. Very good stuff. So, my trip to Chicago and El Tenda's generosity were great. And, oh, yeah, there were 2 other things here that came in. I mentioned I didn't do much with posters. I generally don't. I'm going to keep these in the tubes right now, but this is the Skeletor lithograph. I will post a picture of it later, but these are the Skeletors. Again, this was a lithograph. I'm almost positive it was of Al Staples. And then in this one is the red version. I have to find pictures of it, but I don't like taking them out of the tubes because I don't have a good spot for them right now. I don't have a poster wheel, and the binder thing pamphlet that I put them in sometimes for other art is pretty full. So, but these are tied around the same time as PowerCon from quite a while ago, but BBTS wound up having some of them. So I was able to get a couple posters to fill in a couple gaps because they also did the 20 years of He-Man, and I had that as well. So yeah, I have a massive pile of stuff I got to clean up now. And that was a massive amount of stuff that we went through, to be fair. And yeah, it's crazy. There is so much more coming out. It's going to be hard to try to keep up. The movie is June 6th or June 5th, and I'm geeked. I'm excited for it. It's what, 40 years, right? So I'm excited. I know many of you are as well. And if anyone has any questions, you ever need to get a hold of me, I'm going to be at Motooniverse for one, coming up here Memorial Day weekend. Torrance, California. Come say hi. Get your tickets now. Lot of people, celebrities are going to be out there that are tied to the show back in the day. So definitely worth the trip to check it out, especially if you're out in the LA area, Southern California. Gotta check it out. But I will, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me through Retro Rags Limited. You can also find me through Mock Masters. Not hard to track down. If you got something you need, fire away. Let me know what I can do. That being said, enjoy your weekend. Spend some time where you can with your loved ones, and try to have a good time. Take it easy, everybody. And I always mess up on the out. Twice on the out.